Let's start out with this Venezuelan migrant, according to the New York Post, been arrested for allegedly robbing one of Manhattan DA's Alvin Bragg's prosecutor in her apartment building after she busted him masturbating. His name is Brandon Somoza, 25 years old, apparent ties to the vicious gang Tren de Agua, was nabbed outside a hotel migrant shelter in Midtown, accused of robbing the 38-year-old assistant DA when she arrived at her home on 44th Street, and she busted him midway in the building's hallway masturbating. By the way, very long record. This man has been busy. 6 priors from this year alone: January 14, domestic assault in Jackson Heights; June 11, grand larceny, Midtown Manhattan; June 29, transit fare evasion in Queens; August 25, grand larceny at the Queens Center Mall Macy's; November 11, arrested in connection to an April 23 grand larceny at Times Square CVS. He illegally crossed in the U.S. at the Eagle Pass, Texas border in October 2023, was taken into custody by Border Patrol agents at the time, later on cut loose with a notice to appear before an immigration judge. Judge ended up tossing his removal case in February, though it is unclear as to why the case was tossed. That left Mr. Somoza without any pending immigration applications, meaning he was no longer actively pursued for deportation, according to the New York Post. 6 busts in the last 10 months. All 3 of his cases involving assault, grand larceny, robbery remain open. And the Manhattan DA or Queens DA's offices did not respond to the Washington Post request for comment. I'll be interested to know how much coverage ABC, NBC, CBS give to the suspected Venezuelan gang member who attacked the Manhattan assistant DA, number 28.
Next story about violence in New York City. Another story about it. A city where residents are already questioning why the flood of random attacks.
And this particular attack, with an unusual twist, clearly proves that nobody is immune to street violence. The victim this time, an assistant district attorney here in Manhattan. She was confronted Sunday at her apartment in Midtown. And
the evildoer in all this, hitting her up for money and then engaged in a disgusting behavior. Here's Lauren Glassberg.
Well, that suspect, 25-year-old Brandon Somoza, will be arraigned at criminal court here in Lower Manhattan, but it will actually be a Bronx district attorney that prosecutes him. That's to avoid any conflict of interest, since the alleged victim is a Manhattan assistant district attorney. This is video of a smiling Brandon Somoza being led out of the Midtown South precinct on West 35th Street this morning. Police say at about 2 a.m. Sunday, he robbed a 38-year-old woman in the hallway of her Hell's Kitchen apartment building. He allegedly grabbed her purse, cell phone, and bank cards, and also performed a lewd act. The victim is a Manhattan assistant DA. She was not injured. Police traced her stolen cell phone to a hotel on West 45th Street, which led them to believe the suspect is a migrant, and they were able to track him down. Somoza was arrested just last night. Police say he was using drugs on the street and had stolen items with him. Police believe he is part of Tren de Agua. That's the Venezuelan gang that has preyed on people in Times Square and Central Park. Somoza is facing a number of counts, including sexually motivated robbery and burglary. He also has 6 prior arrests, all from this year, on similar crimes. And he's believed to have arrived in the U.S. in February of 2023.
Let's see how much coverage ABC, NBC, CBS give to this story. I'll keep you posted.